No one insulted you. No one raised their voice. No obvious boundary was crossed. And yet, something felt off. You left the interaction, replaying it in your head, trying to locate the moment. There was no explicit attack, but there was a subtle shift, a tone, a pause, a change in energy. Something about the way you were responded to made you feel smaller. Most people dismiss this feeling because they cannot point to a sentence. They tell themselves they are overreacting, but social dynamics do not operate only through words. Respect and disrespect are structural. They are transmitted through positioning, timing, and emotional control. You are not reacting to language. You are reacting to a pattern. Disrespect is rarely verbal. It is usually a change in status positioning. People think disrespect means being insulted or criticized, but overt insults are inefficient. Social hierarchies are adjusted more quietly. The real signal is whether someone subtly moves you into a lower position during an interaction. This can happen through interruption, through dismissive timing, through delayed responses, through reduced warmth, or through subtle dominance in decision-making. Nothing dramatic, just a shift. Respect is structural alignment. It means your presence is treated as stable and significant. Disrespect is structural reduction. It means your presence is treated as negotiable, and your nervous system detects that shift before your mind can explain it. There are predictable micro-signals that create this feeling. First, conversational compression. Someone shortens their responses to you while remaining expansive with others. The content may be neutral, but the reduction communicates lowered investment. Second, interruption without repair. Everyone interrupts occasionally, but when someone cuts you off and does not return the floor, they signal that your contribution does not require completion. Third, decision acceleration. A person makes a decision affecting you without fully acknowledging your input. Even if the outcome is reasonable, the process communicates hierarchy. Fourth, selective enthusiasm. They are animated with others, but neutral with you. Humans interpret energy as value. Less energy often feels like less respect. Fifth, delayed acknowledgement. Messages answered slowly, while other interactions are prioritized. Again, nothing is said, but priority structures speak clearly. None of these signals are aggressive on their own, but when clustered, they create a consistent message. Your position has shifted. Why does this feel so destabilizing? Because status is tied to predictability. When someone treats you consistently, your nervous system relaxes. You know where you stand, but when their behavior becomes selectively inconsistent, you begin monitoring them. Monitoring reduces leverage. The person who is emotionally steady controls the frame. The person who is scanning for validation loses it. If you feel unsure about how someone will respond to you, you subconsciously adjust. You speak more carefully. You seek confirmation. You soften your tone. That adjustment lowers your position further. Emotional predictability creates stability. Instability creates hierarchy. And the person who appears unaffected holds more power in the exchange. This is where most people make a mistake. They try to correct disrespect verbally, but social positioning is not corrected through explanation. It is corrected through regulation. When someone subtly reduces you, your instinct may be to over-engage. You might talk more, clarify more, smile more, or explain yourself more thoroughly. That reaction leaks insecurity. Words say, "I'm fine." Behavior says, "I need to fix this." People trust regulation more than language. If your emotional tone remains steady, your pace remains measured, and your boundaries remain intact, you communicate structural stability. When your behavior accelerates, apologizes excessively, or seeks reassurance, you confirm the lower positioning. Disrespect feels painful because it tempts you to chase equilibrium. The trap is approval seeking disguised as kindness. When you sense a drop in respect, you may attempt to recover it by being more agreeable. You laugh more easily. You soften disagreements. You offer extra context to avoid friction. This is where nice becomes negotiable. Over-explaining is one of the clearest signals of lowered position. If someone understands your point and you continue explaining, you are not clarifying. You are seeking validation. A strong rule: stop explaining once you are understood. Silence after clarity communicates confidence. Continuing past clarity communicates uncertainty. The more you attempt to verbally secure your position, the more unstable it appears. At work, you present an idea in a meeting. It receives mild acknowledgement. 10 minutes later, someone else reframes it, and the group responds with energy. If you rush to say, "That's what I meant earlier," you subtly lower yourself. A steadier move is to let the alignment speak without scrambling for credit. In dating, you suggest a time to meet. The other person responds hours later with a vague alternative. If you immediately reshape your schedule to accommodate without acknowledgement, you reinforce imbalance. Calmly restating availability preserves structure. In friendships, someone repeatedly cancels plans last minute. If you respond with, "No worries at all, totally fine," every time, you train the pattern. Addressing it once, calmly and directly, shifts the expectation. In each case, nothing overtly hostile occurred, but the repeated micro-pattern communicates priority and positioning. Status drops rarely happen through confrontation. They happen through accumulation. Many people think boundaries are speeches. They are not. Boundaries are repetition. If you consistently finish your sentences even after interruption, people learn not to cut you off. If you respond to delayed messages at your own pace rather than immediately, rhythm equalizes. If you decline last-minute changes more than once, reliability becomes mutual. A single correction rarely shifts dynamics. A consistent pattern does. The key is calm enforcement. No anger, no moralizing, just steady behavior. Over time, people adjust to the level of access you normalize. Respect stabilizes around what you repeatedly tolerate. If you feel disrespected but nothing was said, do not search for the sentence. Search for the pattern. First, regulate internally. Do not react from agitation. Stability is leverage. Second, reduce overcompensation. Speak clearly, then stop. Decide calmly, then hold. Respond deliberately, not urgently. Third, adjust behavior instead of arguing about tone. Change timing, change availability, change responsiveness. Let structure communicate what words do not need to. Finally, observe whether the other person recalibrates. Respect is mutual adaptation. If someone refuses to adjust when patterns are clarified, that is information. You do not need to confront every subtle shift, but you do need to notice it. Disrespect is rarely loud. It is structural, and structure can be rebuilt without escalation. See the pattern. Choose the response.